What's up guys, it's Wayne from Gamer Gab. First-person shooters are arguably the most popular genre of video games, and even though it wasn't the first, the Doom franchise is usually credited with starting it all. Now, a little over 30 years and more than a dozen titles later, the Slayer is back in action. But is it a hit, or should you quit? Let's get into it.
Gamer Gab.
Go!
Doom: The Dark Ages functions as a prequel to the modern Doom series, which began in 2016, but the Doom timeline is about as straightforward as Resident Evil's, so that doesn't really matter. The minions of hell want a powerful artifact called the Heart of Argent, and the Slayer's like, absolutely not. The story in this game really only exists to push you to your next objective with as little explanation as possible, which results in these cute little lore drops that provide invaluable insight into the story.
We lost hundreds when they took control of the mine.
Nah, I'm just kidding. Nobody plays Doom for the story. There's demons to kill, and the only thing the Slayer hates more than demons is talking about his feelings.
Payment required.
The gameplay is absolute chaos, but Dark Ages does a good job of making you feel powerful, but not invulnerable. The Slayer moves like the brick house that he is. He's fast, but he feels heavy at the same time. And there's no fall damage, so jumping off a cliff creates this shockwave when you land that kills lesser demons outright, and this ended up being one of my favorite things to do. The ground combat sections feature a variety of weapons, plus the addition of the saw shield, and a parry system to go with it. I felt like the ability to block and parry incoming attacks added a much needed layer to what was previously a combat system where you basically just held down the fire button until all the enemies stopped moving. Ground combat still makes up a majority of the game, but these sections are broken up by another new feature. This time around, the Slayer gets his very own laser-winged dragon named Surat. The air combat sections are much less chaotic than the ground combat, and it offers a nice change of pace. If riding a dragon isn't your thing, you also get to pilot a mech the size of a skyscraper and play Rock'em Sock'em Robots with Titan demons. The game ran smoothly for me in each of these sections, and I didn't experience any glitches or bugs. I did experience a couple crashes though. One was during the third phase of the final boss fight. Thankfully, the autosave feature did its job, and after a brief moment of panic, it loaded me back in right where I left off. There's been some chatter online about Dark Ages being the only game in the modern trilogy to not offer multiplayer mode. And while I can understand some fans being upset about this, it wasn't a consideration for me as part of this review. I don't play multiplayer games, so I don't really care about that.
You smart.
For me, this game was actually a lot of fun. It didn't do anything new, but it didn't necessarily need to. I'm gonna give Doom: The Dark Ages an 8 out of 10. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. As always, Gamer Gab is powered by Conway Corp high-speed internet service. I'm Wayne, and I'll see you next time on Gamer Gab.
Gamer Gab.
Go!